some time away from work, from the office, they gladly pull the oars amidst the jollity and fun. The captain gives the order to pull out from the quayside. They get into a rhythm, the river isn't straight. They're looking for a daughter, she's only just gone missing. Her body's in the water, her become a thing of late. The car went out last evening, the mother wasn't home yet. She'd been down to the tavern, she said she had a date. And so the lads all fall into the swirling autumn current, dragging hooks along the bottom, seeking signs of Martha's fate. Pull, boys, pull, put your backs into the deep, dark water by the weir. For the winning team, there's a bloated prize for the most recoveries of the year. Your backs into the deep, dark water by the weir. For the winning team, there's a broken prize for the most recoveries of the year. And the captain gives the order to pull her from the quayside. They pull into a rhythm, the river isn't straight. We're looking for a daughter, she's only just gone missing. But body's in the water, her become a thing of late. And it's all boys, pull, put your backs into the deep, dark water by the weir. For the winning team, there's a bloated prize for the most recoveries of the year. And in pull, boys, pull, put your backs into the deep, dark water by the weir. To the winning team, there's a bloated prize for the most recoveries of the year. From the Black Lagoon, it opened up my heart's cocoon. It's dry a beat across a desert dune. Imperfect scar, a soul in pain. Watery eyes bleeding for me to remain. Rejected, lost, a heart on fire. A body one day to be thrown to desire. Consume my flames, unscarred in turn. Heroes cold.
How are we doing, chaps?
Oh, good.
Very nice, thank you.
Too good.
Good stuff. Well, do you mind if we just quickly go down the line, just introduce ourselves?
Hi, I'm Ren. I'm a drummer and sometime bass player in the Silent Companions.
I'm Lawrence. I'm double bass and sometimes maraca shaker.
Oh.
I'm Bill Redfern, and I'm an alcoholic. Sorry. I bet loads of people have done that. Haven't they?
I think you're the first person who's done that. So well done. No one's allowed to use that now.
Yeah, it's been done now.
Stricken from the record.
Yes, I am. Well, you'll see the video. You'll see what I do.
I'm Chris. I play keyboards, sometimes drums, and often clarinet as well in the band.
Lovely. I think you might be the first clarinet player we've had here as well.
I'm working on being the world's only rock clarinet player. That's my thing. I'm a saxophone player. Anything you blow down and wiggle your fingers, basically.
As
but
it were.
clarinet fits with this band a treat because it's
Excellent.
it's a good sound.
But it's the klezmer-ish sound that we have it.
Yeah,
But it fits with things that aren't klezmer as well, doesn't it? Really.
it does. Yeah.
Nice. So how did this band come about?
Well, Whitstable Fringe was the very beginning of it. I accidentally found Chris and Ren on Facebook, and they were just setting up the Whitstable Fringe. And so we kind of became the house band for the Whitstable Fringe. And then as the Whitstable Fringe sort of died out, we became a band in its own right. So that really, and when was that, 11 years ago?
About 11
12 years ago?
Yeah, no, 11, yeah.
I was only 14 at the time.
Being in this band has aged you somewhat. Whereas me, I just become more youthful as time passes.
The audience ages more, though, when they watch us.
I mean, the Fringe never really died out. It just evolved into different projects.
And it's become sort of the carnival,
Yeah.
the Carnival of Souls
It's
now.
kind of the aim of it when it started was,
Yeah, so
was
we
to
have
bring
our-
lots of people together and
Yeah.
like kind of it just formed all these sort of offshoots into little projects that a lot of them are still going today after like 10, 11 years.
Yeah. I mean, I think all the different bands I've got have come from meeting people through this. So, yes, and we now run the Carnival of Souls shows, which is a similar thing to Whitstable Fringe, where we play, but we have eccentric musicians, we have belly dancers and hula hoopers and magicians and comedians, and so we're still doing that kind of dark cabaret thing.
Okay.
But in a way, it's the only way that people will have us. You know.
Yeah.
I was saying to you earlier, I mean, we can't really play in normal pubs.
I was going to say, would it be fair to say you're not a typical band?
We're not. No. I mean, because people ask us, what sort of music you play? I say, I don't know. I came across a phrase I like very much the other day, genre fluid. So we're genre fluid. In other words, we do whatever we want. So, if we want to do a tango or a waltz or anything really, just whatever the mood takes.
There's two ways of looking at it. You can either pigeonhole us into this very, very kind of specific, tiny niche, or you can just go, they're just whatever they want to be.
Yes.
Kind of, are we this, are we that, are we, it's all sorts, whatever floats your boat. There's so many different musical influences in this band. Like when we started, it was just Bill, Chris and I, and it was like Chris has always been like I think very kind of woodwind based.
Woodwind based.
Like kind of a bit more jazzy
and
kind of stuff like that. Okay. Like more kind of down there.
Although I'm a big Tom Waits fan as well.
Yeah,
so
I think
like
we all
kind of, and then
yeah,
Bill's
yeah.
like an old punk from the 80s, was in like new wave bands and stuff like that. Or
I'm 70s, I'm
yeah,
afraid.
like kind of, and then you've got me who's very much grunge rock inspired, but also like kind of sort of modern like West Coast punk and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lawrence, that's a Taylor Swift, Adele.
Well, all the
like kind of,
classics.
so it's like this melting pot of like quite different but like influences, but also there's a good bit of crossover there as well.
Yeah. And between us, we've got sort of about 200 years of listening to music, haven't we? So we've listened to a lot of music, and I want to play a lot of music. I couldn't play in a band that just played one thing. I'd be bored.
or played other people's
Never.
things.
Oh yeah, I know. I'd get bored very quickly, I think. But yes, so
There's pills for that.
There are, yeah, and yes, it's my flibbity gibbet of a mind. So yes, that's how it all started, and you know, I mean, we've done lots of strange and interesting things. Because we don't just play in normal pubs. We've done quite a lot of unusual events, haven't we? We've done our own Carnival of Souls. We've done some festivals and
You won
things
Herne
like
Bay
that.
Rock.
We won
did,
Herne
yeah.
Bay
We
Rock
did, yeah.
against
Kings
all
of Herne
odds.
Bay.
I don't think people quite could believe what was happening.
No, including us, to be honest.
I think there's another thing about the way the band formed that we don't tell enough, which was we started off doing different things. I'm a saxophone player and flute player, and it soon worked out that saxophone and flute didn't really fit with what we were doing. So Bill bought me a second-hand school keyboard with a floppy drive in it, and I became the keyboard player. And we bought Ren a little toy drum kit.
Yeah,
Well, technically, you didn't buy it for me. It was bought for the band.
Yes,
And
yes.
I didn't play drums at the time. I'd never even really got behind a kit. Yeah, like I think I was just playing very straightforward bass lines at the time because at that point I'd only ever really played acoustic guitar and I hadn't really been in a band or anything like this and that. But and then I sat behind this little first act kit. I mean, you can probably buy them for like 30 quid on Amazon or whatever. And it had this tiny little cymbal and like this tiny little kick drum, and the snare was like this. And like we used it for quite a few gigs, pretty much until it fell apart. I think we used it on our
You
first.
beat it to death.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's understandable.
You beat the poor thing
It was
to
fragile.
death. Not the
but
first
I think
thing
we
you've beaten
recorded
to
that
death.
kit on our first album.
Okay.
It was like the sound of the drums on that is this tiny little kit. And then
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
That's
and
really
then
cool.
Dan Lucas had sort of mic'd it all up, and he added a few effects and stuff to try and fatten out the sound a bit, and it worked really, really well. But yeah, eventually the thing kind of fell apart, but it's now like a relic in Chris's house. It's like this tiny little stack of drums in the corner that sort of never gets used.
It's still quite.
I'm afraid not even that. They went to the charity
Oh, they've
shop
gone now.
just for Christmas.
That's the piece
Sorry
of
about
Silent
that.
Companion's history. You know, like that would have been worth millions.
Someone doesn't know what they've got in their house.
No,
Yeah, that's it.
but yeah, and then
That
sort
would
of
be in
so
a V&A
Well,
exhibition.
then also another phase, Ren decided to throw in some bass on a few numbers,
Okay.
which meant that I had to play drums. So
Yeah.
I became the drummer at that
switch around.
point. And also, the one thing you haven't done, Ren, is play guitar since about God knows when. Actually.
I've never played guitar for us, other than the odd bit on one of the recordings, just to But I've never done guitar. Bill doesn't like it when I play guitar.
No.
It's bigger than his. You.
No,
That's
it
the thing.
is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Size isn't everything, guys.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a bit ordinary for the Silent Companions, a guitar, isn't
it
it?
kind of is, but yeah, it's not really been something that's worked, but it does. Sometimes, like I say, on the recordings, there's something where I can hear it in my head, and you think that's going to sound great.
Yeah. And then
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah.
about 9 months ago, we got Ren from Youth Opportunities Programme. From a government scheme, care in the community.
Lawrence had always been
Our Terry Gilliam.
our Terry Gilliam. He designed these wonderful posters, cartoon post. I don't think you'd call them, but cartoon there. They're very much
Just his
Lawrence
graphics.
Crowe
He's a great graphic
style.
designer, and he does a lot of work with.
I've followed you guys around for a long time. I straggled at a lot of your gigs, and then I drew things for you.
We
and then-
never really thought about. And then we did a gig last summer that Lawrence had organised, and we said, "Oh, well, come and play double bass with us." And then, suddenly it felt as though we'd always done that, didn't it? Really, it was the missing component.
It's good fun.
You need that low end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting live without having it. A friend of mine that really likes it, he came out. He said the thing with the Silent Companions that he really liked was the fact that it all felt like it could fall apart at any minute. He said the first time he saw it, he said it felt like he was seeing the Sex Pistols for the first time. There was just this sense of chaotic danger. So if you want chaotic danger, please come along. Oh no, we're terribly sophisticated now. Actually, we're like Steely Dan, aren't we? We were saying that. Yeah, we're
The similarities are so endless.
yeah. We spend 6 months working on the guitar solos without a guitar.
We just think about it. We think about
We imagine.
That's how good we are.
So what have you guys got planned for this year?
We've got a few gigs coming up. We've just done a nice little run of gigs, actually. Unusually, we had about 6 gigs haven't we, in the last few weeks, which, as I say, because we don't do normal gigs and things, they tend to be slightly rare. The strange thing is, what was it, about 18 months ago, wasn't it? In the evening, I started getting messages I got a couple of messages from people in America saying, hey, we've just seen you on TV. It's great. And I thought, so I asked about it. I said, what are you talking about? And we were on, one of our songs, Three Men Can Keep a Secret if Two of Them Are Dead, was used at the end of an episode of What We Do in the Shadows, if you're familiar with that programme. Which
Name rings a bell, yeah.
It's a Matt Berry, it's a vampire sitcom with Matt Berry.
Okay.
It's based on the film of it. And
I do hope they asked you.
No, we had no idea.
No.
We had no, until I suddenly got messages.
People were Shazamming us.
Yeah.
And then linking up to us on other sites and saying, hi there, love the band.
I think
It's
YouTube
that
was
was the only
It's
way
been
we found out.
Shazammed about 20,000 times
Yeah.
from
So-
people watching the telly going, whoa, what's this?
If you're watching this from seeing
Yes.
us on the telly, so hi. Thank
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is the real band.
Yes. We may.
I'm going to say we haven't yet been offered any money, have we? From them?
I suppose
we're working
we should
on it.
follow it up. But
Yeah.
it's been so much fun. And now we've got fans. We got some sort of award in Sweden for having a certain amount of Shazams in Sweden. We've got fans in Poland, in America. We've got people saying, come to America and play. Just at a time when it's the last place. I'd rather tour Gaza.
Yes.
So Gaza, if you're watching, we're available.
So, unfortunately, at the moment, hopefully there'll be a grown-up in charge there at some point, and we can go over. And it's been an extraordinary, really, really weirdly out of the blue thing. On the YouTube video for it, there's people speculating about us, saying, who are they? Oh, Matt Berry probably knows. They're probably really well known in Britain. And I put, no, we're not well known in Whitstable.
So you guys have no connection with him whatsoever?
No, none at all.
Bizarre, isn't it?
Interesting.
No,
Okay.
they
I
just-
know someone who knows Matt Berry.
Oh,
quite
do
well.
you?
Yes, I
Really?
do. So I might have
He probably doesn't even
to
know.
inquire.
Yeah, he probably doesn't know the songs even in it.
Yeah,
to be
Oh, also,
honest.
Matt Berry, if you'd like to come down and do a live session,
Oh, yes.
more than welcome.
That'd be cool. But the other thing about
we got a
that,
backing band as well.
There you go.
No worries. Yeah.
the other thing about that is that it sparked a lot more kind of creativity in the band.
Okay.
It made us go, actually, we need to pull our
Let's do
fingers
some
out a
more,
bit
yeah.
and like kind of sort of, it all kind of gone a bit on the back burner after a good few years, sort of we were just doing the odd gig here and there. And it was like, actually, do you know what? Like, we still love what we're doing. And it sparked us to actually get back into the rehearsal room, like start looking for gigs, doing some other stuff again. And that's led to, like, I think we've had like 4 new songs over the last year that we've put out. Boat Party being one of them, and then the EP, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, which is still brand new. Like, kind of, like, we've got 3 new tracks on there. And like that's like again with Lawrence joining the band as well. It's sparked this kind of creativity again in the band and an actual desire to get out and play those shows.
Awesome.
Well, I think also realising that people, there are a lot of people, with over 30,000 plays on Spotify of that track, we realise there are loads of people out there that really like us.
Yeah,
it's just we don't know any of
Yeah,
them.
and get them all into one.
And they're all scattered across the globe. If we could get them all into one stadium,
We could fill Wembley.
we'd be made.
Yeah, easy.
We're a proper bunch of cults. we have actually. We've got cult written all over us.
One of
But-
us. One of us.
But yeah, so it has. It's been lovely. It's been lovely to actually realise that our particular I think the thing that you kind of get with people that like us, and the thing is that people that like us really love us, because I think it's
the other way around as well.
Yes,
I feel
yeah,
like.
absolutely.
Like,
Because it's that moment. It's that moment where you suddenly think, I'm not alone in the world. There are other people that think like me.
Yeah.
And you feel that sort of immediate connection of this is.
Yeah.
I didn't know I wanted this, but this is what. And so yeah, I think it's quite a powerful thing actually.
Yes,
you
I
know,
agree.
there's not an I don't think there's ever. I say there's never any indifference. One of my favourite reactions after playing a gig, and that was in a pub actually, where there were about 5 people left by the end.
It's a good gig.
And it was. It were 500 when we started. But at the end there was a couple, middle-aged couple, and the woman stood up. She was saying that was great, really enjoyed it. She'd really beaming, really loved it. And her husband stood up. He was zipping up his coat, sucking a thoughtful tooth. He said, I don't know if I liked it or not. And that's a really brilliant compliment, actually, because it's like, I've got no frame of reference for whether I liked this. I can't.
It's like,
I don't know.
I'm going to go home with a pipe
and contemplate.
in a
Just what
chair for
happened.
many hours.
Yeah.
Like Gandalf. In the,
Yes.
Yeah.
Did I like
I
that?
completely agree with that. The creative industry, just whether it's dance, music, art, anything like, it's entirely subjective.
Yes.
So there's nothing wrong with not liking something.
Yeah, no.
Everyone's got an opinion.
Yes.
You can't be wrong with that, as long as you don't hurt anybody.
Yes, no. I mean, it always annoys me when people say, "Oh, that band are rubbish," or "That comedian's not funny," and you think, well, yeah, they are to those people.
Yes, they are to someone. Yes.
Yes, I find it very irritating. I suppose it's the solipsism of so many people, isn't it? The world revolves around me, and they should know it revolves around me. But yes, it's so. Yes, it is. I tend to think that the best thing to do when you're creating any kind of art is do what you want to do. Mm-hmm. And if you're lucky, 10 people like it. If you're pretty lucky, 100 people like it. If you're really lucky, 1,000. If you're incredibly lucky, there'll be 1 million people.
Agreed.
But it's better to do it that way than actually say, okay, so what would 1 million people like me to do? Because that way you end up with this. Because I did that in the old days with my band. We were getting desperate to get signed, and we started trying to write a hit single because we wanted a deal. We were only in our 20s, and we, thought, oh God, I want a career out of this. I don't want to do a job. So we were and we kind of watered ourselves down so much that we lost heart, I think, a bit. And it's easy to do.
Very easy. Like, I come from like an originals background. For the past like 6-7 years, I've been doing mostly functions. And cover band stuff.
Yeah.
Does feel a little bit soulless sometimes when you play other people's music.
Yeah, it does.
But some of it clearly does feel like it's just been pushed out as a product.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like all the tunes I've played are brilliant, and they're written by brilliant people. So you can't help but get that feeling sometimes.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think that's the thing. I think when you do something that you've created, it has that electricity within you.
Yes.
And that comes out, because I think the most important thing for there are bands that I like, not especially I like the music, but I like the atmosphere, I like the energy, I like the electricity they give off.
Yes.
It's not always necessary to like the songs, but if it's got a bit of life to it, then it has something. What gets me is the sort of the soulless, the current chart things, the AI and electronic, it's so lacking in that.
Where's the humanity of it?
Yeah,
where's the actual kind of
Whereas I
emotion
love
and
all that thing.
the genuineness and the actual kind of
Which reminds me,
the honest kind of feeling behind it. It's sold as a product, and like kind of I call it musical wallpaper. It's just stuff that goes out and like kind of nobody really listens to it.
I was going to suggest that for the next album.
Yeah, I mean,
musical wallpaper.
But there's no heart to it,
I was going to go with that.
I think, recently I'm delighted by the Look Mum No Computer being picked for the Euro thing. for Eurovision.
very cool.
Because it's got a life to it. It's nuts. Have you heard it?
No, I
It's
don't know
brilliant.
anything about this. No.
It's a chap from Ramsgate. And he builds all his own electronics and stuff. And it's just this.
He's got like a whole kind of
He's
like
got a
museum
museum.
in
Synthesizer
Ramsgate
stuff,
of just
isn't it?
these
Yeah.
wacky synthesizers
Yeah.
that he's
Yeah.
made.
Oh,
It's
wow.
brilliant.
And he's
Yeah,
just a
very
real enthusiast. And I've seen an interview with him. And he's a bit nuts and enthusiastic and charming. And it's such a relief to hear, and I mean, so brave, I think, actually, of Eurovision to say, I mean, probably because I think, we're not going to win any, a bit like the song, well, we're not going to win any prizes, so let's just do something.
Just have some fun.
We're not going to be rock stars, so the hell with it. So, yeah, and I'm glad to hear that. And I think there's quite a there's sort of a folk revival, I think, with a lot of young people. I think people are going back to actually playing music and learning instruments and being skilled musicians, and rather than just doing TikTok dances. Nothing wrong with doing a TikTok dance, but I'm an old bloke.
Ours never took off.
No.
One of the issues that apparently is happening at the moment is musicians are filming, obviously, very short scale content. They are then going massive, they're playing up, and then they are immediately getting pushed out and put in front of an audience of maybe 5,000 people. And they've never done a show like that in their lives. So immediately they go from this internet personality, and then they have a complete meltdown because they haven't done.
They've got no frame of reference themselves.
There's no full performance experience there.
Yeah, experience. Yeah,
and it just you have to do those little shows. You have to,
as
do
the
those
blues men
intimate
would have
clubs.
called, pay your dues. You got to pay your dues. It's,
Yes, you do.
Yeah, and in everything in life, you've got to get good at things. And that takes time.
Yes.
You can't just have
10,000
everything.
hours rule. Like,
Yeah. And you look at the old days, you look at Genesis, who were, it was their third album by the time that anybody was really taking any notice of them. Pink Floyd, the same,
Maybe
bands,
one day someone will give them
bands
a break.
bands had time to progress and develop, but you don't get that now, really.
I do say that, but then the caveat to that is you get some of these just phenomenally talented young people who just get pushed out on the road at the age of 10, maybe. And then by the time they're 15, 16, they are world-class players. And they are just unbelievable.
Was ever thus. That's always been the case. That's how music works, really. Isn't it?
It's true. Yeah, because there's kids out there that I will never be on the same level as. And I say that.
And also now, you got at the moment you got this big arms race of how many frets can I get onto my guitar.
It's the same on drums.
It's like I want a double set of frets so I can get quarter tones all the way up, not just in these sections.
Do you know who Steve Jordan is? Do you know Steve Jordan? Played drums on Escape. If you're a peanut.
Oh yes.
He plays with John Mayer, and he's amazing. And there's just a video of him just playing like the Boots and Cats group, like we were talking about earlier. And it just sounds monstrous. It's so good. It's like I challenge anyone to play it better than that. It's like forget your AI, forget your drum loops, play that. And it's just
because it's got soul in it.
But you see these videos, especially of drummers that I've noticed, like kind of the same with guitarists and stuff. But the drummers, these just crazy grooves and these crazy kind of fills and like they're
everywhere.
And they're amazing. And you just think in a band like. That's not what you want from your drummer. You don't want your drummer just doing this all the time. They've got to have groove and a bit of heart.
2%. 2% that, everything else.
Exactly. Every now and then you want something, a little bit of a flair. Or
imagine a whole band of just like TikTok aficionados.
All of them. Just like it would just be this cacophony of noise.
But that reminds me of like what the England squad was like, sort of towards where when Fabio Capello was. But a team of all stars. Not a team.
Couldn't play a game.
I love
absolutely.
you, England players. Just saying it out loud.
But I think I feel like that with singers as well. Again, you don't need to do arpeggios on every note. You don't have to run the scales. And I often think you hear girl singers that are trying to be Mariah Carey and doing all of that. And I tend to think, I always want to say, listen to Dusty Springfield singing Burt Bacharach. Listen to her singing The Look of Love. and she hardly sings at all. The look of love. And it sounds like being in love. It's beautiful and it's delicate. And that's so I think the trouble with a lot of singers is they're singing to show off their singing rather than telling a story. And the role of a singer is as an actor, really. So you got to tell a story. It's not about your singing style. It's about relating that story. That's how I feel, really. It's
only a
it's
small
terrible
number of your
distraction.
songs can ever be about you. This is another thing that's it's a big thing that I hear a lot in sort of upcoming generation. So many of them are trying to do all their songs about themselves, about my life and my romantic life and my bust ups and all the rest of it. And you think to yourself, crikey, sing a song about something else. Make up something about someone else, make up a story about a character that you've invented. It's I don't think we got a single. No, there is no songs about us, the people.
I don't want to write. I don't write about my emotions. I mean, I'm not interested in my emotions. I don't know why anybody else would possibly.
I wrote a set of songs about serial killers, for example, for the band, which fit in with the stuff that we do.
All our songs pretty much are stories. They're tales. It's you see, I'm a big fan of the French chanson tradition of Brel and people like that. So I'm a big fan of telling a story.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't. I mean, as I say, I don't want to write about my emotions. God's truth. Why would I? and equally, I'm not interested in anybody else's either. I don't care.
Well, on that note,
I'm just not interested in you.
chaps, I just want to say, absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you
very much. Yeah, cheers.
Could you please tell everybody where they can find you guys online?
Yes.
No personal addresses, please. And also where they can get hold of your music.
Yes.
Amazing.
Ren, you know all the stuff about the Spotifys. And
Oh yeah, I mean, just look up the Silent Companions on Spotify. You'll find us. If you put it onto Google, you're more than likely going to come across a bunch of book reviews for a book called The Silent Companions.
and we were
which
called
is-
that before her book.
True, and nothing to do with us. However, I do think there are some shared DNA in the idea of where the name came from both of those things. However, we're on YouTube. We've got a few videos up on there, Facebook, Instagram. We don't do TikTok.
Yet.
No, ever.
We're still practicing the dances.
But we're on Bandcamp as well. We've got we've got Bandcamp, so there's also you can actually get physical CDs from us on Bandcamp.
Yes.
And if
We've got 2 albums out.
If in doubt, go on Facebook and ask Bill to send you a CD, and
Probably will.
we do mail outs for
We do.
CDs.
But
We do.
also the link below thing.
or
I'll
above,
try and do one of those. I'll try and do one of those.
or a translucent one across our faces, maybe.
Insert logo.
But it's all online. We have a few shows here and there over the summer. We've got a big show at the Anchor in Wingham for Halloween night with some other amazing bands.
Playing Small World, aren't we?
Yeah, we're
in
doing
May,
Small World.
May 25th.
I haven't been there for a long time.
Yeah, it's
We've
great
got a
fun.
Krampusnacht.
I mean,
Yeah,
before
December the
Christmas.
18th, we got, that's
so
Carnival.
there's a few gigs here and there scattered throughout the year. Just keep an eye on our socials, and I'm sure you'll be able to come.
Yes, come along
to a
and
gig.
see whether you're the people that love us or the people going, what on earth are you doing? What's
get me cut.
this? See which sort of person you are.
You should just have some jars of Marmite just out.
Yes.
We did have a biscuit at the last gig that we did at Tom Thumb. There was someone had left a biscuit on our merch stand, and people were asking if it was out. It was a custard cream. Someone had
That's a modern art level.
it was just left on the merch table.
You
and
could have
people, "How
sold
much for
that
the
4 or
custard
5
cream?"
times
I'm
over.
like,
That's a pretty good idea, actually. I think I've own brand of biscuit.
yeah.
Right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It's been a delight.